Welcome back to AnyQuest tutorial videos, where today we're going to be talking about creating JSON objects. First, let's talk about the benefits of using JSON objects in an agent. For one, JSON is a structured syntax that in turn allows for structured outputs. The benefit of that is the agent can separate the data to output different activities using keys and values. A key can be seen as a label and the value as the data associated with that key. So just so you could see what that looks like, right here in our example, company would be the key and name of the company would be the value. CEO, key, name of CEO, value, and so on. Another benefit is that JSON has less overhead than other data formats, allowing more efficient data storage and transmission. That is really what's important here, storing data so we can call that specific data in any part of the flow for an agent that we create. So this first one is just an example of creating a JSON agent. As we discussed before, you have your keys and your values. So for this example, we're going to retrieve the name of a company that we typed in our input from the start activity. And then we're going to create a JSON object called company. So this is the title that we're giving it. And this helps so we can call for instance, the CEO further down the line in a flow. So if you could imagine a very large flow and we want to access the CEO further down, we'd be able to map it so that data can then flow to jump to that activity. We're going to talk more about mapping and accessing those variables in another video. But for today, we're just going to kind of keep it simple and straightforward. So, yeah. So for this instance, we're just taking the company and having it generate the company name, the CEO, a URL to the website, and the address of a company. And we can see what that looks like real quick. Give it a save. Another important aspect of this is we'll have to go into properties and make sure that our output format is JSON. So let's give this a quick run. Let's do Apple. We'll go into activities and here's our output. So as we see, we have the title of the object, the keys, and the values that we had asked for. Now if we want to create two JSON objects, we'll go to this example here. So we're going to do a similar thing and just a little bit different prompting. So we have the same structure as one JSON object for company, and we're creating a second JSON object for employee. And this is going to contain the CEO, name of CEO, and their LinkedIn profile. So just remember to add a comma after the first, was that the first curly bracket? Or the first closed curly bracket. And then you can put in your second, third, fourth, however many JSON objects you want. I don't think there's a limit to it. And yep. So with this having multiple JSON objects, we can then split them into separate generate tools by just using the mapping, as I mentioned before. I'll just show you what that kind of looks like. So all we'll have to do is put $dot and then that title, and it'll pass along all the keys and the values that were in that JSON object. And then just remember to hit submit. And for this example, I'm splitting up the employee and the company JSON objects into two generates, and then just outputting them separately. And I'll give it a run so you can see what that looks like. Type in Apple. A run, so we're looking at 2, 6, and 7. Okay, so they're finished. So there you have it. You have our first JSON object that we created up on top, and then our second JSON object here on the bottom for employee. And we'll go into generate 6. So you could see it took that top part and not the bottom because we specified which JSON object we want to pass through in the mapping. And then for generate 7, you could see that bottom, the second JSON object there. So this covers creating JSON objects. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.